today's video is going to be another reading wrap-up. Now, as you guys know or may not know, I started doing like reading wrap-ups not for every single month, but every like 3 or 4 months, because I don't really have the energy to film wrap-ups every single month. Filming wrap-ups for multiple months at a time is also very difficult for me. That's why I'm going to film this video in 2 parts. I'm going to film the first part today and the second part some other time, because I don't think I have the energy to do all of it today. So yeah, these are all of the books that I read from May till August, and let's just get into it, I guess. So the first book that I read in May was I Wish You All the Best. Now, I was very excited for this book because I really liked the cover and I had very high expectations for it, and it didn't disappoint for me. I gave it 5 stars. I really liked it. I really liked the characters, and yeah, as you can see, I tapped quite a lot in this book and I wouldn't mind reading it again. So yeah, I would highly recommend it if you want like a book with a non-binary main character. I think my memory is really bad, so I can't remember if the main character was non-binary, but I think they were. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but yeah, I would highly recommend this. So yeah. Then next we have Unwell Women. Now this is a non-fiction all about how the medical industry treats women, and it's very detailed, so it can be like very dense to read. So if you're in the mood to read like a very informative, very detailed book about like the medical industry and specifically how it treats like women, I would highly recommend it. I gave it 4.5 stars myself. I quite liked it. I would have liked a bit more of a focus on like, you know, a wide range of women, not just like middle class white women, like maybe trans people, non-binary people, like black women, stuff like that. And yeah, I would still highly recommend it. It was a very good read. It is a book that you have to read when you're in a good mindset though, because I couldn't read this book for months, even though I was really excited for it when I got it, because I just wasn't in the right mindset to read about all the horrible things that were done to women in the past, because I was experiencing like medical trauma myself and I didn't want to read about everyone's medical trauma. So yeah, I would highly recommend it, but yeah, do be like in the right mindset when you try and read this book. So yeah. Then next I read Given. I read volumes 1 till 5. This is volume 6, but I was too lazy to like move books around to like grab the right volumes. So volume 6 it is. This is a manga that also has an anime that has a great soundtrack in my opinion, but it has some very like upsetting themes in it, in both the anime and the manga. And yeah, it has LGBT plus representation, so if you want like a manga with like LGBT plus characters, I would recommend it. But like I said, it has very upsetting topics, so do be like cautioned when you like read it. So yeah, I would recommend it though because I do like it, but it has some upsetting themes, so I have to be careful when I read it. So yeah. So in case you haven't noticed, this is filmed the same day that I filmed my like life update where I talked about like my new cat, and he's currently still laying on my desk just like he did in the last video, and he's acting very cute, so I wish that I could like film it, but I'm filming with my phone and I don't have anything else. So yeah, just have that image in mind of my cat acting very cute, I guess. But yeah, let's move on to the next book that I read, which was an arc from Nick Alley, and that was Queer Life, Queer Love. I don't know if I pronounced the title correctly. It might be the other way around, but yeah, this is the second book actually. I never read the first. I just read the second. This is a poetry collection and I did like it at times. I gave it 2.5 stars, I think, just because I felt really stupid while reading it because I couldn't understand it, which I have sometimes with poetry, that like my brain just doesn't get it. So yeah, I just felt a bit stupid reading it. It was still quite beautiful at times, but I'm just not someone who understands poetry, I guess. But I'm glad that I gave it a try. I would recommend it, as well as the first book, I guess. I don't know what that one's like, but it must be good. So yeah. Then next I read She Gets the Girl. Now I really like this book. It is definitely like movie material or like TV show material. Like that's what it felt like to me. And yeah, I didn't fully connect to all of the characters. Like it felt like they weren't like fleshed out enough in my opinion. But I didn't really like it. Like I said, TV show material, like fast read, cute read. I would recommend it if you don't want like very deep books, I guess. It does have some deep topics, but I feel like they weren't like delved into enough. So yeah, if you want like a fast, cute read, I would highly recommend it. So yeah, so I think that this is where I'm gonna end like the first part of this video, I guess. So next time that you'll see me, I'll be in like a different outfit, and it will be a different day. I was planning on talking about a couple more books in like this first part, but I just don't have the energy, so I'm just gonna stop it here. I'm very glad that my cat behaved though while I'm filming. I was very scared he was gonna try and like knock my camera down, but yeah, he behaved fine. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy like the rest of this video, I guess. So yeah, so this is part 2 of my reading wrap up. Now I'm filming this a week later, so my cat is still very much not used to me filming, because this is only the second time that I filmed with him here. So yeah, he's currently sitting on my desk, but he's looking around a lot, so he's kind of nervous, I'm assuming, because again, he's not really used to me like talking and like moving a lot, considering that like I'm usually all alone with him and I usually don't talk a lot. So yeah, I'm very nervous about how this is going to go because he's quite playful this morning. So yeah, I hope he won't start like attacking the tripod or anything like that. So yeah, let's just get into all the other books that I read in the last couple months. So that was my cat moving. In case you can hear it, he's currently hunting a bird outside, I think. So he's like very low to the ground. So yeah, let's hope he doesn't like break everything in my room. So yeah, let's just get into all of the other books I need to talk about in this video, and hopefully I can actually finish this video today. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the first book that I'm going to talk about today, and it's not the first book in this video obviously, but the first book I'm going to mention today is actually a manga, and that is the first volume of I Want to Be a Wall. Now this title sounds very weird, but it actually has pretty good representation. It has like gay representation and bisexual representation as well, I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure, but yeah, it has that as well as asexual representation. I think a romantic representation as well. I might be wrong, but yeah, it has pretty good representation. I gave this 3.5 stars. I really liked it. I am scared that they're gonna end up together though, like the two main characters. I don't think they will, but I'm very scared. So yeah, I'll see how the series progresses, I guess. So yeah. Then next we have another manga, and that is Irony Dress. Now this has a way longer title, but I can't find the English translation anywhere. But yeah, it has a very interesting concept, and I wanted to read it because of that, but I really didn't like the execution. I don't know why, I just didn't. It was quite forgetful, I can barely remember it. So yeah, I give it 2.5 stars. Let's move on. Then next we have an audiobook, and that is It Came From the Closet. I really wanted to read this book for a very long time, but it's very difficult to find in like physical form where I live. So I listened to the audiobook while playing some Animal Crossing, and I really liked it. And it's basically like a bunch of short stories about how the LGBT plus community is like portrayed in like horror movies and stuff like that, and how badly they are portrayed usually. And yeah, I found it quite interesting. I quite liked it. I liked some of them more than others, but overall it was pretty interesting, so I would highly recommend it. Then next I read the first 4 volumes of A Sign of Affection. Now I saw that there will be an anime of this one, and I saw people mentioning that it had deaf representation, and yeah, I hadn't read it yet, so I decided to read the first like couple volumes, and I quite liked it. It does have like zero plot, and it's basically all about like the two main characters and their relationship and how it like progresses, which that is a very specific type of like taste you have to have in order to like that kind of stuff. And for me, it's like a hit or miss usually. And yeah, I did really like the representation in this, but yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna fully continue it. I'm probably gonna watch the anime just because it's easier for me to like get through the entire thing than read like an entire series. But yeah, I'll see what I do, I guess. So yeah. Then next we have a physical book that I read, and that is Read and Count Back from 10. Now I'm currently a bit nervous because my cat is looking at my phone, which is turned like the other way around so he can see what I'm filming, and I'm scared he's gonna like grab towards my phone because he can see my hands moving in the phone. So yeah, I'm very nervous right now to move a lot, but yeah, he's not really looking away from it. Okay, he's yawning, so maybe he is gonna stop soon and fall asleep. But yeah, this is a physical book that I read. It has disability representation. It was also written by a disabled author. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. And yeah, this is a book that like a lot of people wouldn't really like fully like, just because it focuses again very heavily on like a relationship, and it doesn't have like a lot of plot. It has a little bit of plot, but not a lot. But I did really enjoy it. As you can see, I tapped a lot just because again, it has a disabled main character and I relate a lot to them. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I would highly recommend it. Again, my cat is looking at my phone with this look on his face like he's gonna attack it. Let's hope he doesn't. But yeah, let's move on. Then next we have a book from NetGalley, and that is In the Tunnel. Now, I don't know if I said the title correctly because I don't know if I wrote down the title correctly, but I didn't fully finish this book. I only read up until like 50%, and my cat is once again ready to attack a bird. So yeah, I'm very nervous right now, but I didn't fully finish this book just because my chronic illness makes it really difficult to finish books like in a specific time frame. I will make like a video about that, I think, because I don't know, I feel like it's an interesting subject. So yeah, I didn't fully finish this. I did kind of like it. I would recommend it. It's a very difficult subject, but yeah, I would recommend it. Then next we have some more manga, and that is volumes 7 and 8 of Noragami. I'm only holding up volume 7, but I think that's enough to like show what I read. This was very cute, very wholesome at times, also a bit spooky, especially like volume 8. It's not like scary necessarily, but yeah, again, the reason why I'm like looking off camera is because my cat is like stalking towards my window to like grab something outside, I'm assuming. So yeah, filming with a cat is really interesting. So yeah, I read this, I liked it. There's an anime of this one. I highly recommend it. Yeah. Then next I read some more manga, and that was Haikyuu volumes 15 and 16. This is not either of them, but I was too lazy to move like the giant stack of like Haikyuu volumes that you can hopefully see in the background. But yeah, I read volumes 15 and 16, and I really enjoyed them. Volume 16 specifically because my favorite character gets like a lot of like screen time, or like the book version of screen time, I guess. And yeah, I really enjoyed it because of that. I'm glad that he got like his moment to shine, and will probably be ignored for the rest of the series, but oh well, it's fine. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I enjoy the anime as well, so yeah. Then next we have After the Rain. This is a manga that I got from NetGalley, even though it is like a couple years old at this point, because I remember like seeing this like in stores like a couple years ago. So this is a couple years old, but yeah, this has like an age cap thing, and I don't really like stuff like that, so I didn't give it a very high rating. But if you're into that kind of stuff, I would recommend it, I guess. Yeah, maybe you can see my cat on screen right now because he's leaving to go God knows where. So yeah, I'm gonna go and pause the video for a second because I feel like he's going to use his litter box, and he always makes a giant mess, so hold on. So my cat is back to stalking some birds outside from inside, of course. But yeah, we can move on to the next one now, and that is another book that I got from NetGalley, and that is Sheets. Now, I actually heard about this a couple years ago, and I wasn't expecting this. Like, I read it and I wasn't expecting that kind of topic at all. It was actually kind of sad at times. It almost made me cry. It didn't actually make me cry, but almost. And yeah, I wasn't expecting that. And yeah, I also read the other 2 volumes. I'm currently still reading the last volume. So yeah, I will have read the entire series, which is very exciting. So yeah, I would highly recommend it, I guess. So yeah. Then next we have Nagatoro Volume 15. This is Volume 10, but I only own like 2 of these because they're very expensive. And I don't really want to spend a lot of money on this series just because I don't love it. But it does have like a place in my heart, which is weird considering that a lot of people don't like this series just because of like the topic and stuff like that. Yeah, so my cat is moving once again. Anyway, point being, I liked the volume. Their relationship progressed like a little bit more as it does like every volume. So yeah. Then next is another book from NetGalley, and that is Give Me a Sign. Now this has disability representation, specifically deaf and blind representation, and I really enjoyed that. I'm very glad that I got an ARC for this book. I was really excited when I saw it. I got approved for it. I really enjoyed it. I want a physical copy of this book just because I enjoyed it that much. And yeah, I would highly recommend it if you want a book with deaf and a little bit of blind representation, because the blind representation isn't like the main focus, it's the deaf representation. But yeah, I definitely want a physical copy of this one just because my copy that I got from NetGalley was missing a couple pages, so I missed a couple like important things. So yeah, I would really like a physical copy of this. So yeah, then next is Delicates. This is the second volume of like Sheets, which I mentioned earlier. So it's also from NetGalley. Liked it. It was a little bit darker than the first volume, but I still enjoyed it. And yeah, the reason why I'm looking off camera once again is because of my cat. He's currently looking at my curtains in a very specific way, and I feel like he's about to jump on them. So yeah, that's why I keep looking off camera. I'm really sorry if it's annoying, but yeah, he just can't seem to calm down today for some reason. So yeah, I just hope he doesn't like destroy my entire room. So yeah. Then next is Care Work. Now I listened to this with an audiobook. I'm really sorry if you can hear my cat washing himself in the background, because he's literally doing it like 5 centimeters away from my camera. So yeah, I'm really sorry if you can hear that, but yeah. Anyway, Care Work, I listened to this with an audiobook. It's about like disability stuff and how you have like a care network of like disabled people around you who help you like take care of things and how that like affects people and stuff like that. It's very interesting. I highly recommend it, especially if you're disabled. And yeah, so my cat is really going through it today, as you can hear. Maybe he's moving around a lot and like meowing, which he usually doesn't do. So I'm guessing he's becoming more and more comfortable around me, because I've only had him for like a couple weeks. So yeah, I'm glad that he's like, becoming a bit more like rambunctious, I guess. But it would be nice if he doesn't do it while I'm filming. So yeah, enjoy that noise, I guess, while I film. Anyway, so the next book that I'm going to talk about is a book that I read with an audiobook while I was playing some Animal Crossing, and that is The Shooting Party. I didn't really enjoy this too much. I'm really sorry about the noise if you can hear it, but he's playing. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy this book that much. I am going to talk about a lot of audiobooks in like the next couple minutes just because I listened to a lot of them in like one day while I was like cleaning up my Animal Crossing island a bit. So yeah, I'm really sorry if the noise is really distracting, but I can't do anything about it, so let's just move on to the next audiobook. Then next we have The Haunted House, again another audiobook. Didn't again fully like this one just because it's too short, it was very confusing, and yeah, moving on to the next one. Then next we have The String Quartet. Now I like this more than the other ones, but that's because this was the last one in like the volume of like collection of audiobooks that I listened to from this specific author. I forgot to write down which author, but they're a popular one. So yeah, sorry, my cat is currently like sniffing around my tripod. I'm very scared, but he's moving on to destroying my desk. It's very interesting. Anyway, I'm just gonna let him be. If he wants to like get with his paws like inside of my desk, that's fine, I guess. There's nothing of value in there anyway, besides like a bunch of washi tape. So yeah, let's just move on. The next audiobook is Monday or Tuesday. This was again very short, kind of confusing, didn't fully like it, and yeah. Then next is Moments of Being. Now again, didn't fully like this one. I can't even remember it. So yeah. Then as you can tell, my cat is clearly becoming a lot more comfortable in this house from him like absolutely destroying everything. So yeah. Anyway, next audiobook that I'm going to talk about is actually the first one in this like series of collections of like audiobooks that I listened to, and that is The Mark on the Wall. I actually like this more than the other ones just because it was the first, and I was quite intrigued about what The Mark on the Wall actually was. So yeah, I quite liked it. Let's move on. Then next we have an unwritten novel. Now this one I liked less than the other ones as well, because it was again forgetful, but also because there was a slur used, which obviously wasn't fun to read or listen to rather. So yeah. Then next is The Lady in the Looking Glass. I don't know if I pronounced that title correctly, but currently I'm a little bit distracted by my cat once again. I swear the moment that I stop filming is when this cat is gonna lay down and fall asleep somewhere. But now that I'm filming, he's like, let me just run all around your room and destroy it. So yeah, kind of like this. It was pretty decent. Don't have anything else to say about it. Then next is Kew Gardens. Now I actually like this one more than the other ones. It was very like visual, like it gave you a lot of visuals of like the place that it was talking about. And it did make me feel like a little bit unintellectual just because I couldn't understand everything. So yeah, that's normal though, because I feel like a lot of classics give me that kind of like I'm very unintellectual kind of feeling. So yeah. Then next is Together and Apart. Again, audiobook, very short, can't remember it. Gave it like 2.5 stars. Let's move on. Then next is The Searchlight. Now at this point of me like listening to all of these audiobooks, all of them kind of just started to like blur together, and I can't really like remember which thing that I remember from the audiobook is from which book. So yeah, I probably shouldn't have listened to so many in such a short period of time, but I was really behind on my like reading goal, and I wanted to read just like a lot of short stories right after each other so I could like catch up. So yeah, wasn't a great idea, but it was kind of fun. So yeah. Then next is another audiobook, and that is The Body Snatcher. Now that is a very popular like book and movie, but I never like read it or watched it, and now I have. It was kind of creepy and uncomfortable to read, and I enjoyed that. Don't think I'm gonna watch the movie just because I used to be kind of like a horror fanatic, I guess, but not anymore since I've gotten like heart problems, because I feel like watching a horror movie that scares me just a little bit too much, it's just gonna be like my death one day. So yeah, I'm not really gonna watch a horror movie anymore, but yeah, I did enjoy like listening to the audiobook. So yeah. Then next I read Accident. Now this was quite good actually for being this short. It was quite suspenseful. You never know what was going to happen, and I quite like that. I gave it 3.5 stars, I think, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Then next I read The Locket, or rather I listened to it with an audiobook, because like I said, I read a lot of audiobooks to kind of like catch up my reading goal, but this one, The Locket, was kind of sad, and if it was longer I probably would have cried at it, but because it was so short I didn't. So yeah. The next audiobook is Regret. Now, I expected this to be way more hard-hitting than it actually was, but yeah, it wasn't that hard-hitting. I gave it 2.5 stars. Let's move on. Now, I know that I'm going through all of these books very fast, but that's again, they're short stories. I feel like giving a very short review is kind of like perfect, because what else can I say about it? But yeah. The next short story that I listened to while playing Animal Crossing is Blue and Green. It was quite poetic. I liked it only because of that. Yeah, I gave it 2 stars. Poetic, not much else to say about it. So my cat has finally decided to join us, but probably not for very long. I don't even know if you can see him on camera, but yeah, he probably won't stay here for very long, but maybe he will. Then next is a reflection. Now, once again, this is an audiobook. I don't remember a lot about it, but yeah, I did remember kind of enjoying it. But yeah, once again, audiobooks are so like short, or at least the ones that I read, that like I don't really have much to say about it. So yeah, my cat is already gone, but at least you saw him for like a little bit. So yeah. Then next is Beyond the Bayou. Now I don't know if I said that correctly, but yeah, this was very confusing, very like intriguing at the same time, I guess. You never did find out like what the story was actually kind of about, I guess. So yeah, because of that, I gave it 2.5 stars. The previous book, by the way, I gave 1 star. I forgot to say that because I was so busy with like petting my cat. So yeah. Also, currently there's a lot of cat hair flying around because he loses a lot of hair, and I feel like, yeah, this entire rest of the video is just going to be cat hair everywhere, so really sorry about that. And the last book is another book that I got from Nick Alley, and that is My Heart in Braille. Now, again, the reason why I'm looking down constantly is because my cat is right in front of me, so yeah. I think he's kind of like sick of me filming because he's constantly like asking my attention and literally washing himself on my foot. So yeah, I think he's kind of sick of me filming, but I do need to film like another video after this preferably. So yeah, hopefully he'll be a bit calmer after that, but let's just actually talk about the last book in this video finally. And that is another book that I got from Nick Alley, and that is My Heart in Braille. Now, this book was actually pretty good. I gave it 3 stars. It was a little bit confusing to read at times, but it does have disability representation, as you can probably like tell from the title. And my cat is finally kind of laying down. I mean, he's washing himself, but he's kind of laying down. I'm sorry if you can hear it, because he's being very loud, but yeah. Luckily enough, this video is over now, so yeah, I'm gonna try and film another video after this. I don't know how that is gonna go. And like I already said, the moment that I stop filming, he's probably gonna lay down somewhere and just sleep for the next 10 hours. So I feel like he's doing this on purpose, so I stopped filming. But yeah, he's actually now finally laying down and still continuing to wash himself, obviously. But I'm very glad this video is finally over. It took a lot of energy to film it just because there's so much to talk about. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it anyway, even though it was very chaotic with my cat being here. I'm really sorry you can hear him washing himself, because I know the camera's probably picking it up. But yeah, I can't do anything about that. It's not like I can punish him for washing himself. Like, he's just doing his thing as a cat. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was so chaotic, but yeah, thank you for watching, and bye.